faked our deaths, lit a match, closed the door, waited for the flash. Greyhound station, paid in cash. It's Lazarus, we're coming back. They say it's darkest before the dawn. We've been in this town for far too long. They say it's darkest before the dawn. We're moving on, we're moving on, we're moving on. Sunsets, no regrets. First chance, last man, stuck in the middle. Even bad girls, no good love. You taste so sweet, it hurts a little. Make our home where we stand. One suitcase and half a plan. Follow the wolves and sing along. Pass the voices to the song. They say it's darkest before the dawn. We've been in this town for far too long. They say it's darkest before the dawn. We're moving on, we're moving on, we're moving on. Sunsets, no regrets. First chance, last dance, stuck in the middle. Even bad girls, no good
All right. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're well. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Let me just turn this music down. There we go. All right. Welcome, guys. I hope we're all doing well today. Hope you've all had a good weekend, good Sunday. Welcome. All right. So, welcome to the chat, everyone. Today, we're going to be flying part of the event at Prague on VATSIM and Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to be flying the newly released A310, which is just beautiful. So we're looking forward to. I'm looking forward to doing that. We're going to be flying Czech Airlines today, an airline that doesn't really fly anymore. To be honest, they are still an airline, but they've just got nothing scheduled. But we're going to be flying one of their old routes between Prague and Dublin. Unfortunately, we don't have the update for Dublin just yet. MK Studios are still working on an update for that for the new runway. I'm just going to have to turn the ATC down a minute. This is very much confusing me. Right. So that's the plan today. Like I say, it is a VATSIM event here at Prague, so we can expect some controllers to come online. The event starts at 6 o'clock p.m. Zulu time, so 15 minutes time, so we should get some ATC coverage momentarily. As you can see, there are some aircraft filling up already. You might be able to hear in the background. So who have we got in the chat then today? Who have we got? We've got MPS Gaming. Welcome to the chat, dude. Hope you're doing well. Schutz, welcome indeed. Nice helmet. Thank you very much, dude. I assume that's what you're referring to in the starting screen. Thank you very much. Welcome to the chat, Schutz. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you. Congratulations on your new badge there as well. Looking very, very fresh indeed. Alfie, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Alistair, welcome as well. Also with that new badge there. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Welcome indeed. Simline, welcome. Let's see. Alfie's liking the tunes on the intro there. Yeah, do enjoy a bit of the Midnight. And they're very kind to not actually... to be one of the few artists that don't copyright strike your channel if you actually play them on a live stream or else. So, very nice indeed. Lander Lakes, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Max Rasso, welcome indeed. Controlling Lima India Papa Echo ground right now. Very good. Well, how's that going, dude? How's that going? I'm not sure what airport that actually is, to be honest. AG, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Love the quality and effort you put into the streams. 10 out of 10. Thank you very much, dude. I'm glad that you can see the quality. I do spend quite a lot of time tinkering and messing with things on the stream to get it as really looking very, very nice. So, yeah, I'm glad you can notice it. And maybe some regular viewers as well will notice that we've got a bit of a different camera and lighting setup going on today. And I'm pretty happy with it, I think. Let me know what you guys think. I basically just used some card and built a bit of some flags, some barn doors for my light. And got a couple of lamps in here and angled them slightly differently. And I think it looks quite good, I think. Although this light in the background here, this coloured light, it's supposed to be blue, but it forever looks purple to me. MPS Gaming, welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Lilo, welcome. FSLTL has problems after the sim update. Yes, yep. I think most third-party AI traffic add-ons have issues after the update. They changed a lot of things to do with AI in the sim after this update, and it's caused quite a few issues. And still working on fixing it, basically. Working with Asobo as well to try and get things working properly. Stephen O'Rourke, welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Lil Pop, good evening. Welcome indeed. Arctic Turn, welcome indeed. Hope you're doing well. Rex, welcome. How do we plan a flight in the A310? You need to use the MCDU. Or you can use, I mean, it depends really what you're trying to accomplish. I mean, if you want to actually get a route together, I'd recommend using SimBrief, and then you'll have to manually enter that. Well, you don't necessarily have to manually enter it, but you can import it then from SimBrief into the A310. We'll do that today. I've already got a SimBrief flight plan, and we'll just import that in using the ACARS system. Laurid, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you as ever. MPS Gaming is fine. Trying to learn the A310. Do my own flowchart so it'll be easy to handle. Very good. Yeah. It's like a mixture of Boeing and Airbus, isn't it? It's very, very interesting. I do enjoy it, though, to be honest with you. It was one of my favourite aircrafts in X-Plane, so yeah, big fan. Fizzy, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Carl, welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Asa, good evening. Welcome indeed, brother. Hope you're doing well, mate. Carry69, welcome. Welcome from Germany. Biggles, welcome to the chat, dude. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Bonjour. Oliver's here from Prague. Very good. That's where we're flying out of today, as you may have already guessed. Yeah, really looking forward to this one today. Can I put a link to a YouTube video, please? Says Rex. I don't have one to hand, but I will... yeah, I don't have one to hand. If you just put in YouTube how to create SimBrief flight plan or something like that, that'll get you the SimBrief part sorted, and then the rest of it we're going to cover here in the stream here today. So hopefully that helps for you. Brizemi Slaw, 740. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, by the way. I'll just say 740 just so it's easier. How about FPS for A310? I think, to be honest, it's a bit worse than PMDG. It's probably on par with the Phoenix. I haven't flown the fly-by-wire in quite a while, so I can't really comment on that, unfortunately. But welcome to the stream from Poland. Is the A310 still operating? In a very limited capacity. I think it's mainly used for cargo by, I think, an airline called, I think it's Turan Air, I think, if I remember correctly. And I think the Canadian Air Force also uses the A310 as well. But other than that, no, I don't think so. Not in a passenger capacity, at least to my knowledge anyway. Who's right about how many meters in my cable collection? Biggles, it was Steve Ayer over on Facebook. He got it right. He was, I think he put in a guess that had sort of, it was something like 90. It was something like I think it was 96.3 or something like that. And because he put in that 0.3, he ended up winning it basically. So, GG, Steve, GG if you're out there. Right then, chat. Let's get into it then. So we're here at Prague. This is the Orbx Scenery. Let's just have a quick look around. As you can see, it's very misty here. Obviously, this is not live time, but we are using live weather. Very, very misty indeed. Very, very misty. All right. Well, as we normally do, chat, before we actually jump into the aircraft, we shall go ahead and just brief the OFP as we normally would do, and we shall take it from there. So let's bring up the fuzz pad here. We're going to have a quick look through the OFP before we get started with things. So, flight number today is OK638, 30th of November. We're going from Prague to Dublin. We're in an A310, registration Oscar Kilo Yankee Alpha Delta. This OFP, 17:36 on the 13th of November, so about 20 minutes ago. Callsign is going to be CSA 638, and expected off blocks time is 18:25, so in about half an hour's time. Although we're probably not going to make that, let's face it. Estimated on blocks time is going to be 20:48 Zulu. Right. Now then, for some reason, SimBrief won't do a cost index for the A310, but for some reason it does have a cost index in the MCDU, so I'm a little bit confused about that one, but nevertheless, cruise profile is going to be Mach 0.80. And we've got a slight tailwind for the trip today, 21 knots. Takeoff weight we're expecting is 115 tons. Alternate is Shannon, and the cruising flight level is going to be 380. Block fuel we're going to request is 13,427 kilograms. We can round that up to 13,500. Just to have a little bit extra. Expecting runway 24 here at Prague on the Baltu 5 Alpha departure, and expecting 10 right for the arrival into Dublin, although I can't remember off the top of my head yet. Sorry, 10 right is the old runway, isn't it? I keep getting them mixed up. Yeah, 10 right, that's fine. So coming a little bit further down, we've got 218 passengers, 5.5 tons of cargo. And looking at the weather looks relatively okay. We've got a Sigma in place for Shannon, FIR, UIR. And we've got severe mountain waves forecast. I'm not actually sure what the Whiskey India stands for, but we'll have a look at the charts, and that should give us a better indication. We've also got wind at Prague is looking... on the wind front is pretty light winds, 6 knots from the northeast. Visibility very low, 700 meters. And now these notations, not 100% certain on what they are exactly meaning, but I'm pretty sure it's runway 24, and the visibility on the runway is 450 meters, I think, or I'm not sure what the D is standing for there. Unfortunately, I haven't done too many flights in quite low vis conditions like this. And then we've got runway 30, 2000 U. And then we've got
858.
BCFG. Now that is fog, and BC I'm not actually sure of either. They're throwing so many curveballs at me here. Let's just stick it into here and see if we can make some sense of this, because I do like to try and learn what the all of the identifiers mean. So we've got runway visual range. Okay, yeah. So 450 meters with a downward trend. So that's for runway 24. And then for runway 30, we've got visibility of more than 2,000 with an upward trend. We've got patches of fog. That's what the BC is. And then we've got broken clouds at 100 feet. Temperature and dew point exactly the same, hence the low vis. Temperature of 4, dew point of 4. QNH 1025 with no significant changes within the next 2 hours. So that's that. Yeah, I thought it was that. I was just unsure what the D and the U was. Fair enough. Okay, so weather at Dublin is looking a little bit worse, actually. We've got winds from the southeast at 13 knots, and visibility is good at the moment, but we've got few clouds at 1,200 feet, broken at 1,800, 14 degrees, 12 degrees dew point, QNH 1008, and then we've got becoming light rain with broken clouds at 1,200. And looking at the TAF here, we do have potential for slightly lower visibility as well as the evening goes on. Alternate is departure alternate is Linz. I'm not going to cover the weather too much there, and the other alternate is Shannon, where the weather is looking a little bit better than Dublin, not by a huge amount, but yeah, it's not looking too bad. Right, so we'll have just a quick look at the charts as well, the significant weather charts. So let's see. So we're flying across to the west here. We've got a tropopause higher for flight level 450 in this area. And then coming in over Dublin, we do have some areas of, let's see here. This is quite a thing. Right. It's so hard to see where the labels are for this. Just following the line. Oh, I can't see any. So I'm pretty sure it's this one right here. so unclear what this section here is referring to. This one. So this is for this, which doesn't affect us. This one is for this little area here. This one will be for this one. So this dotted line here is representing this here. So we've got moderate turbulence expected between below flight levels 100 and flight levels 180, and then moderate icing as well expected between 130 and 230. So I expect that's referring to both of these areas around here. I would hazard a guess. It is very unclear though. Maybe it's more clear on the if I actually pulled up the actual proper charts, but we're not gonna bother doing that right now. And then just a quick look here at our departure. So we've got NADP 1 departures here at Prague, which means we have to set our acceleration height a bit higher than normal. So we'll bear that in mind as well when we're getting set up. Right. Okay then, chat. Is the fuzzpad an actual app or an overlay? It's an overlay. Right. Tell you what then, let's jump into the aircraft then and we'll get set up. So here we are on the beautiful A310. Fantastic. Let's get in the flight there. We've already had our pilot monitoring the captain today. He's already been on board and kindly turned on the aircraft for us, and it's all looking very, very like it's a little bit alive here. So let's jump in to our seats here. Beautiful stuff. When we're getting a setup tour, very good question, Lil Pop. Maybe a little bit, maybe when I've got it finished. I mean, at the moment, it's still a bit of a mess in here. You guys can't really see the mess, but it still is a little bit of a mess, unfortunately. So once it's done, I think we'll do something. Right. Let's turn down the music a little bit here. We can enjoy the sounds of the A310. Lovely stuff. Okay, so let's get started then. So initially coming overhead, the pilot monitoring should have already done a few of these little bits and bats for us. One thing that he hasn't done though, I think, yeah, we've got the IRSs. They're ready to align, but they haven't been given a destination, a start point yet. So let's just do that before we go any further. So we'll come to ACARS and we'll get flight plan in from SimBrief. Lovely. And nav database was in date. We checked that one. So there we go. Lovely stuff. We'll click Align IRS. And that should resolve things for us. Whilst we're also here, we'll also set the QNH 1025 as QNH here. Lovely, so we'll just check that that is set on all three. 1, 2, and my side. Lovely stuff. Right, let's get cracking then. So, no smoking signs are already on. Seatbelt signs are off. Everything looks good here. Everything looks good with the hydraulics. And everything on this left panel is looking good, really. IRS is still taking a second to align there, even though we've put in the flight plan there. Yeah, we should be good. We should be good. Okay, cool. Nav lights are on, number 2. Everything looks good here on the electrical panel. We're not going to run these tests out. We're going to say our pilot monitoring already did those. APU is off. We've got the fuel pumps on now. Lovely. Assist 1 for the pressurization, normal, everything looks good there. We'll get the window heat on and the probe heat on as well. Turn the oxygen on for the crew. Keep coming on. And that is more or less everything set. Everything can stay in auto here for the air conditioning. Lovely stuff. Great. Let's carry on. We'll set up the FCU once we get a little bit further on here. And we can't actually display a lot of things on here until we've actually had the IRS fully aligned, so we'll skip past that part. Brake anti-skid is in normal. Everything else is looking good here. We're going to do a flex takeoff, so we'll just select that preemptively, and we'll keep on moving down here. Lovely. Okie dokes. Keeping on coming down. Nothing too much to check here. Everything looks good. Fantastic. We'll get some integral lighting on as well. Lovely. Jubbly. We'll turn the radios onto this side. Right. Okay, I forget the V-Pilot only pays attention to this side. Alright, we'll do that then. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's everything done. We can start plugging in things into our MCDU here. Okie dokes. Let's carry on then. So, what we'll also do is we'll come in here and let's just check what we've got going on with regards to the ground services. Everything looks good there. Right. Cool. Let's go ahead and start the boarding sequence then. Actually, before I do that, let me just make sure GSX has got the correct sounds on. No, it doesn't. Oh, bugger. Right, I'll just restart GSX. There we go. IRS is coming alive. All the cargo doors have just opened. We'll just close those. While GSX restarts itself. There we go. Lovely. GSX settings. I just need to make sure the audio device is set up properly. It is. Fantastic. Okay, great stuff. Okie dokes. So, let's request boarding. Thankfully, they've made it an option now where you can actually turn off that sound, which is quite nice, to be honest. Right. As we were. So, our cost index. Not entirely sure what that is for Czech Airlines, to be quite honest. Crew's already on board. Yeah, I'm not sure what the cost index would be for Czech Airlines. We'll go with a solid 15, which is always a good one. And our call sign is going to be CSA 638. We'll get that plugged in. Everything else looks good there, and the alternate is going to be Addon. We'll stick that in there. That's all done. Lovely jubbly. Let's just see if there's a controller online now that we can speak to. We have one online indeed. So let's see if the voice ATIS is working actually. 122150. The knobs here, very slow. Very, very slow.
Good evening, Ruzine at its information, Kilo ILF
make some
1800
notes.
approach. Runway in use 24 LVP Category 3 and Force use Category 2 and 3 holding points.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the voice
Level
8 is
60
working.
meter
then.
Praha issued at 1800. Wind 080 degrees 5
Oh,
knots.
connection lost. They're still
Visibility
having issues
4,000
with
meters,
servers.
200 and 1,800
All right,
feet mist.
well,
Scattered at 100 feet. Temperature 3 dew point 3
we see the
QNH
passengers coming in through the jetway. Yes, we can. And down there as well.
Have received status information, Kilo.
Lovely.
Good evening, Ruzine at its information, Kilo ILF 1800 approach. Runway in use 24.
What stand are we at? We're at
Category
14
3 and Force
alpha.
use Category 2 and 3 holding points. Transition level 60 meter Praha issued at
We're-
1800.
we're
Wind 0 degrees 5
A310.
knots. Visibility 4,000 meters. 200
Current
and
ATIS
1,800
information
feet
is
mist. Scattered at 100
kilo.
feet. Temperature 3 dew point 3 QNH 1025
QNH is 1
hectopascals. No ZT have
025.
received information, Kilo.
Oh, we're using the
Good evening,
category
Ruzine at its
3
information, Kilo ILF
holding
1800
points.
approach.
Very
Runway
interesting.
use 24 LVP Category.
Oh, wait,
3
is the
and
voice
Force
8 is
Category
working? You
2 and
guys can
3
hear it, I
holding
just
points.
can't.
Transition level 60.
Oh, it is
meters
working.
Praha
I just
issued
had
at
my volume
1800.
down on my
Wind
side.
080 degrees 5 knots. Visibility 4,000 meters, 200 and 1,800 feet mist. Scattered at 100 feet. Temperature
Apologies,
3
guys.
dew point 3 QNH 1025 hectopascals. No ZQ have received status information, Kilo.
Fine. No worries. I bet you guys were so confused as to why I couldn't hear
Good
it there.
evening, Ruzine at its information, Kilo
Right,
ILF
we'll go to
1800
the ground
approach.
frequency then
Runway
and
use
get our
24
clearance.
LVP Category 3 and Force use Category 5. Bye-bye.
127.
Right. We're expecting the Baltu 5 Alpha off runway 4. Just making a note of that, and we're also expecting an initial climb clearance of 5,000 feet.
Speedbird 6 Echo Foxtrot, continue taxi, hold short of Tango.
Continue taxi, holding short of Tango, Speedbird 6 Echo Foxtrot.
Just checking the charts for any low visibility procedures. We do have some here on the charts.
Speedbird 606, continue taxi, hold short of Alpha 1. Continue taxi, hold short of Alpha 1.
Not a ton of information about it though, to be fair. Right. Let's contact him with for our clearance then. Can you guys hear the ATC okay?
Speedbird 6 Echo Foxtrot, continue taxi and Prague radar 127575, bye-bye.
Continuing taxi and Prague radar 127575, Speedbird 6 Echo Foxtrot.
Resign ground, very good evening. CSA 638, stand 14 Alpha Type A310. Information Kilo, QNH 1025, request clearance to Dublin.
CSA 638, Ruzine ground, good evening, information Kilo correct, QNH 1025, time 13. CSA 638, cleared to Dublin, Baltu 5 Alpha departure, climb initial altitude 5,000 feet, squawk 1432.
Cleared to destination Dublin, Baltu 5 Alpha departure, initial climb 5,000 feet, squawk 1432, CSA 638.
CSA 638, read back correct.
Lovely.
Speedbird 606.
1432 on the squawk.
Short of Tango.
Next frequency is going to be 127575. They really need to work on those sounds for the knobs. They're so obnoxious. I hate them. It's one of the only things I don't like, though, I will say. Right, Iris is aligned now, so let's just get all of these switches on. Fantastic. Okie dokes. So, departure is going to be, as expected, runway 24, and the... Oh, we're disconnected. I think they're having some issues with VATSIM servers at the moment, because I got... it took me ages to be able to actually file my flight plan. Baltu 5 Alpha from runway 24, let's insert that.
Oscar Kilo Mike Alpha Foxtrot, rozumím, provoz se vámi se teď odpojil, tak já počkám.
Lovely.
Tak 30 sekund, abych měl
Okie dokes.
a pokud vás povolím.
Right, here's the initB page that I completely missed last time for whatever reason. Right, so the block fuel, we've not actually loaded up with fuel yet. Do we have a refueler in place?
Už to naskakuje zpátky, tak nejspíš výpadek serveru.
Not just yet, no. You guys will be pleased to know, though, I managed to fix the window views, so they're a bit closer to the actual window now, which is very nice, I think. I also did some work with my TCA quadrant as well. I managed to fix the issue with the reverses, so as you can see now, the throttles are working perfectly normal, as they should do. And also, I managed to bind some keys to the TCA for this aircraft in terms of so you guys might remember with the 737 I've got a key bind on my gear lever on the TCA add-on, and basically what it does is that you can put the gear up with it and then you can put it off, and then once it's in the off position you can also put it down again, so it kind of works as like a three-way switch, but it's only got two ways of moving it. Auto brake I've stuck on there as well, and I've managed to get the arm spoilers as well to work with just the axis, so I can kind of arm the spoilers like that. I'm just moving the axis at the moment and then use that like that, so I'm pretty happy with that. Using SPAD.next, great fun. Okay, let's see. Chronic says the FuzzPad would be an amazing app. Yeah, I mean it's just an overlay, really. I mean, it's just my second monitor showing on an overlay. So you know, everything I use through there you can get on PC. Rex says, did I do a minute of silence? I did actually, yeah, unintentionally, to be honest with you. I didn't even know the minute of silence was happening, and I think I just wasn't actually making any sound at the time, and there we go. Would I ever use an eye tracker in the sim? Yeah, well, I would, yeah. I definitely would do, but it's just a case of being able to get hold of one, really.
Speedbird 606, continue taxi and Prague radar 127.575.
Have I replaced self-loading cargo with GSX? I can't say I have, no. I mean, it's... yeah, GSX is not really a replacement for self-loading cargo. It's just... Self-loading cargo is just a bit buggy these days. So I just tend to not use it as much, to be quite honest. That's all it is, really.
With 1485 with information kilo on that 21 Airbus A310 Neo requesting clearance to file to Zurich.
Too loud out there, chat.
Swiss 1485 information.
Why does the iniBuilds SimBrief profile not provide the option for setting a cost index? I don't know, actually. I really don't know. I'll have to... I was going to look into that, but I completely forgot.
5,000 feet, squawk 1,000.
I also got the connection problem. Sometimes it's going off, sometimes for 1 hour flights. Yeah, that's strange. I mean, to be honest, I haven't really had that up until this update, so they must be having some issues with the servers since Sim Update 11.
Swiss 1485,
Generic pilots, good evening, welcome. Did a flight today from JFK to Berlin Tegel in the Pan Am A310. Very nice, dude, very nice. Retro airport as well as a retro livery, very good. What was the issues you were having with the TCA? So there were some issues with the throttle calibration not working properly. So basically what it meant was that the throttle would just it would just move, it would just jump between sort of halfway up and then into the reverse position. It was very strange, difficult for me to actually explain, to be quite honest, but it just wasn't working properly, even if you calibrated it the correct way through the tablet. Can you show your calibration yoke thrustmaster? I don't have a thrustmaster yoke, I'm afraid, there, 740. But you have just reminded me, I do need to actually come in here and just set up a couple more things that I completely forgot about. It'd probably be helpful if I set up a rudder axis, wouldn't it? Right, and then let's see what we're going to do with the sensitivity. 70% is what I had it on, but that seemed like it was still too sensitive last night. But nevertheless, we'll try it again. Our axis X, our axis Y. I need to set up those as well. Lovely. Right, let's just make sure they're working. Oh, they're the wrong way around. Bear with me.
We got married under the Golden Gate, then we got drunk in the upper hay. It was a sunny day, all our friends got laid, and we got a little older. We moved away.
Oscar Kilo Mike Alpha
Lovely.
Pro, trůzně věž 134 čára.
Lovely. Right. Tiller is working. Lovely stuff. Okie dokes. Thinking of doing Dubai to Kaitak tomorrow. Very good. Yeah. I thought about doing one into Kaitak. That'd be super fun with this aircraft. They added a Kaitak, didn't they, in the update, which I didn't realise until last night. Ended up taking the default profile with the funky curve profile and then straightening out one side to get the levers working in the A310. Oh, very good. Very good. Well, I'm glad you managed to get it working. The fix is actually quite easy. Legolancer, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I can quickly show you the fix if you want. So I did post a link to it in a post on my, well, I posted it both on YouTube and I think I posted it on Facebook as well, just as a sort of they posted sort of a workaround to it. So what you need to do is you need to actually get into your local state folder, which is in your app data local. If you've got the Windows Microsoft Store version, you can see the path right here if you want to pause the video. And then you go down to wherever it is, Microsoft Aircraft A310, you go to work, then throttle configuration.ini. And then basically what you need to do is you need to take the idle figure and then minus 0.50 from it. So, sorry, 0.05. So as you can see, 0.47 minus 0.05 is this figure here, and that fixes it. That's all I needed to do, and then it was all working nice and hunky-dory. Right, okie dokes. So let's do then our takeoff performance.
All stations, controller change, standby for 2 units.
Okie doke, controller change happening. So just got to get the correct sheet here for the takeoff run available. So we've got 3715. I wish you could, it'd be nice if you could type that in there, wouldn't it? 3715. Surface is dry. Runway QDM, which I let's see, runway 240, nice and easy. Hello. I could do with increasing the sort of the contrast on these buttons when you hover over them. It's a little bit difficult to see. And then you've got the wind, which is going to be 060 at 6 knots. Temperature is 4 degrees, and the QNH 1025. aircraft configuration. Now the weight we've not actually loaded yet. I was waiting on the refueler to do the weights, but it doesn't appear to have turned up. Lazy bugger. Fuel truck is on its way apparently, so we'll wait for the... Oh, here he is. Oh no, is that the fuel truck? No, that's the catering, never mind. Right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do then is initially we'll just set the normal weight of the aircraft, which is going to be... What was that beeping sound? That sounded like GSX, but it didn't pop up a message. We've got 218 passengers. Oh, can't get it onto 18. It goes to 217 and 219, but not 218. That's kind of annoying. We'll go for 219 anyway, and cargo is 5.5 tons, which will apply. Right, where's me refueler then? Bruh. Alright, we'll give him another few minutes anyway and see if he turns up. So we can't do our takeoff performance just yet, so we'll carry on anyway with our setup. So our block fuel we're expecting is 13.4 tons. Zero fuel weights we can put in, which is going to be 103.1. Such a heavy aircraft this, and the takeoff gross rate is going to be 116.1, landing weight 101.9, which is not terribly far off the Simbrief flight plan. Taxi fuel 0.4. We're actually going to bump that up to 0.6 because we do have low visibility operations in place, so it might take us a little bit longer to get out of the airports. It's estimating 21 tons of fuel for the trip for some reason. That seems excessive. That is very strange, actually. Is it because I've not put a arrival in there? Is there a way to get right to the bottom? Ah, there we go. Is the refueler in place? It is. Look at that. Lovely stuff. So, fuel 13.1 tons. Sorry, 30.5 tons. Which I can't get to either. Looks like we're taking 13.6. There we go. It should be loading us now. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Right. Okie dokes. Next. Minute B, we'll finish off this page. Yeah. Oh, the trip fuel's updated now. That's looking a bit more reasonable. Route reserve is going to be actually 1 ton. Alternate fuel is 2.4 tons. Final reserve is going to be 1.7 tons. Actually, it's estimating a bit more for me here. We've got 30 minutes as well. 1.7. Let's see what it does if I do that. It changes the time. Interesting. Okay, so put in 30 minutes. That's probably more reasonable.
1.85 ready for push to start.
Right. Okay, cruise is right up against the max flight level, and the CG we also missed is 25.9. Stick that in there as well. Lovely stuff. Okie dokes. So now we can do our takeoff performance. So weight in tons. Let's just grab that from here. 116.7. Flaps 15.0. We can try that. We could also do 15.15 actually. Let's try that one actually. Give us a slightly shorter takeoff roll. Anti-ice is going to be on. Engine only, and air conditioning is going to be on. So let's calculate. Yeah, that seemed quite good V speeds, I think. Flex of 57 degrees. And then 161 is the V2. So we'll set that first. So 57 on the flex. And 168 on the V2. Was it 168 or 158? 161. Neither of the above. Got the first two digits right though, didn't I, chat? Initial climb whilst we're here, we'll set to 5,000 feet. Yeah, some of these knobs, or all of the knobs even, they just seem a bit too slow. I mean, it's nice and precise, but if you need to go a long way, then it's a little bit upsetting. To be honest, we'll turn on profile and nav for the takeoff as well. Whilst we're here, we'll go DH -5. Lovely. Okay. So we've got V1 and a VR of 135 and 136. Cool. Right. And then thrust reduction is going to be slightly higher. 2740, and then we'll put our acceleration even higher, which is going to be 4240 for acceleration altitude. This we have an NADP 1 departure here, and then the engine out acceleration altitude 2,900 feet. If we have an engine out, lovely stuff. Okie dokes, so that's that set, and just very finally, we'll just set the airport elevation here in case of a return to field. Airport elevation here at Prague is 1234. Very nice, very nice altitude there. Cool. Okie dokes then, chat. So we're pretty much set. Everything is looking good. What we'll do as well is we'll tune the ILS for runway 24 for the departure. Now, I'm not sure if this is a standard procedure that you would do in the A310, but it does sort of make sense to do it. So let's just go ahead and do it. So for runway 24, the ILS frequency is 109.1 and oops. 109.1, and then the course is 240 degrees. So this is just because we're low visibility procedures here, and this is going to allow us to have a bit more situational awareness when we're on the runway, and then we can go ahead and turn the ILS on both sides. Lovely stuff. Okie dokes. We'll turn some lighting on down here as well as over here. Don't think we need any of those. So that's lovely stuff. Alright, we're pretty much there then, chat. That's everything done, I think. We can request our clearance momentarily. Let's just have a quick look, see if the controller's online. It's been very quiet on the frequency just over the last few minutes. No, it's still online. We've got tower on though now, so we'll actually tune that one as our next frequency on 134.550. And 34550. Lovely stuff. Okie dokes. Alright, great stuff. How's the refueler doing? He's gone. Fantastic. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's turn the APU master on and APU start. Seatbelts can come on now as well. And we'll go ahead and do, before start checklist down to the line. So, cockpit prep is completed. Signs are on an auto. Fuel quantity is 13.6 tons. Navigation is checked and set. Landing elevation is 1, 2, 3, 4 set. Altimeters are set. 1025 on 1, 2, and 3. Brake anti-skid is normal and on. Down to the line complete. Right, so while we wait for the APU to fire up, let's just do a quick departure briefing over on the fuzz pad. So let's just get the parking stands up so that we can see where we're going here after we push back. So we're currently at stand 14 Alpha here on Pier B. We're currently parked here. So we'll push back onto either orange, blue, or centre Juliet. Not sure which it'll send us on. It's not super busy here, so we'll see. Then I can probably expect a right turn onto Hotel. Follow Hotel all the way up, and then straight down Alpha for runway 24. So pretty straightforward taxi here, all the way down, and then onto 24 from there. Yeah, so taxi's pretty straightforward. We're doing the Baltu 5 Alpha departure. So this is the 10-3 Bravo chart, Prague. This is an RNAV SID. This is for runways 06 and 24. However, we're doing obviously 24, and that's going to be the Baltu 5 Alpha. Airport elevation, as we said, 1, 2, 3, 4. Transition altitude is 5,000 feet. And then we've got to contact Prague radio immediately after takeoff, so we need to make sure that we've got that pre-selected, set up in standby on the radio before we actually start a takeoff roll, so we'll need to change to that immediately. Aircraft proceeding after Baltu to Varik, OKG or Rapet, climbing to flight level 280 or higher, must reach flight level 280 by these points. So if we have a quick look on our flight plan here, we are actually going obviously to Varik, OKG or Rapid. We are going to Rapid, so we need to make sure we reach flight level 280 by that point, and we can actually just double check that here in the MCDU. So let's find where is it gone? Sorry, it's Rapid, wasn't it? I'm looking for the wrong point here. Rapid, so we're already going to be at 380 by Rapid, so no issues to be worried about there. Lovely stuff. So back to the fuzz pads. We've got 250 knots below flight level 100, so that's absolutely fine and normal. So Baltu 5 Alpha, initially runway heading 240 for 9 miles out to Papa Romeo 402, then a right turn to Papa Romeo 405, and then out to Baltu. Papa Romeo out to Baltu from Papa Romeo 405. Initial climb clearance, as we cleared to, is flight level 5,000, and that is it. Nothing really too much else to say. MSA is 4,000 in the south at the highest point, and that's about it really. Nothing too much else to say about that departure. No restrictions on it. It's just the initial climb clearance of 5,000 feet there. Right. So then, let's get the aircraft ready for pushback and departure. We've got a big tug today. The sun's coming out. Looks like some of the mist is actually clearing. We'll go ahead and close the cockpit door here. And we'll get ready. So once we've got our clearance, we'll turn the beacon light on and we'll get rolling. We can get the APU bleed on now. Not much sound here in the cabin, even though we've turned the APU bleed on.
Captain. We're ready for pushback.
Bit more sound there at the back.
Prague ground, good evening, Sweet Force 217, request pushback.
Sweet Force 217, confirm hello, the ground, confirm you need pushback because these stands are also the out.
We can taxi after step by Sweet Force 217. Need that please request taxi.
Petrus, report 217, confirm you request taxi now.
Affirm, Sweet 421.
Bypass pin is in.
217, squawk on, taxi to holding point, runway 24 via Golf and Alpha.
Taxi on the point 24 by Golf and Alpha, what's on the squawk on Sweet 417.
Route on ground, CSA 638 stand 14, ready for push and start.
CSA 638, hello, the ground, start attempt is back approved.
Pushback approved, CSA 638. Alright, great stuff. He didn't specify where we're pushing to, so we must push to the centre line. So, taxiway Juliet. What we'll go and do, we'll select that. We'll need to make sure the external power is disconnected. And we'll get that disconnected by the ground here. The jetway is still... No, it's not connected, so that's fine. Lovely. Okay, so... beacon light on. After start below the line. Sorry, before start below the line. Windows and doors are closed. Beacon light is on. Parking brake is on. Before start checklist complete.
Release parking brake.
Parking brake's released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Lovely. Right. I've bound the engine start buttons to my TCA now, so I can actually work with those. The only ones I haven't bound is these two start buttons. So we'll go to ignition 8 for today, and we'll start engine 2. Have a look. N1 20%, sorry, N2 20%. We'll start the fuel flow. Beautiful push back onto the line there. Parking brake sets.
Confirmation for good engine start.
Lovely job. Right, we're looking good there. M1's dropping down. EGT's dropping down. Very good indeed. Okie dokes. So let's start engine 1.
34.550, goodbye.
Tower 13455, Sweet 417. Bye-bye.
Start our chrono. I've actually bound that to a switch now as well. Start the elapsed timer. N2 20%. Start the fuel flow. Okay, that looks like a good engine start. Reset the chrono. Lovely job. Okie dokes. Confirm good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking here.
Okie dokes. So, good engine start. Ignition 2 off. APU bleed off. And the APU master off. Everything else looks good up top. Let's just check our trim figure. 1.0 up. Which is there. We'll set our flaps to 15.15.
truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
So we've got another airplane there, lovely. Where's our man? Oh, he's going over to the left side. He always goes over to the wrong side, I feel. There's the pin. Lovely stuff. After start checklist, pit trim is set. Rudder trim is 0. That's all looking good. Spoilers, we can arm those. Slats and flaps, 15-15. We can check that here. 15-15 is set. Ecam status.
Alaska 253, ready for push.
Is checked.
Alaska 253, hello, good evening.
Anti-ice. We're going to turn on. Oops, wrong button. Anti-ice, I forget where it actually is. Where are we, anti-ice? Here we go, engine only. Anti-ice, engine only is set. Hand signal is received. After start checklist complete. We're going to do our flight controls check now. So, all looking good there. And on the rudders, all looking good there as well. Fantastic. Briefing is also confirmed. Let's request taxi. CSA 638, request taxi.
CSA 638, taxi to
Horse brake max.
runway 24 via Golf and Alpha.
Taxi holding point runway 24 via Golf and Alpha, CSA 638.
Zavřel Golf Yankee, taxi to holding point to runway 24 via Hotel Alpha, Hotel Juliet.
So, that's slightly different to what we expected, but it's second right, basically. Second right. Say again for CSA 638.
Clock on, spot mode travel please.
Roger. CSA 638, squawk not Charlie. Okay, let's release the parking brake. And we'll get going. Should roll on idle power here. Lovely. Something weird going on with the sound there. I think it's the aircraft outside. Alright, chat. Let's have a look. Did I ask for push? I did indeed, Flonal. Welcome to the chat nevertheless. Hope you're doing well. Callus says, how did I solve the TCA issues? Can I put on the Discord my solution? I can do, yeah, I will do that. Let's just do a quick brake check. All looking good there. Yeah, I will do once we get up in the air, yeah. Henrik, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome indeed. Do I have an NVIDIA filter applied? I do, yes. This is Golf here.
Golf Yankee, continue taxi, hold short of Alpha.
Continue taxi, hold short Alpha, to Golf Yankee.
Big boy. Where did I get them? And did you set takeoff trim? I did set takeoff trim, yes, Chris, and that is just on the weight and balance page in the tablet there, just at the bottom underneath the aircraft center of gravity sort of visualization.
Ground Alaska 253, ready for taxi.
Yes, ages ago. Sorry, I've been busy. Do apologise. that. We've got a Lufthansa Star Alliance taxiing out next to us.
Lufthansa 2 Golf taking give way to Airbus A310, Czech Airlines company from left to right on Alpha and then continue taxi.
He's giving way to us. Alright, before takeoff, down to the line. Flight controls are checked. Briefing is confirmed. Slats and flaps are 15 at 15. Performance FMAS is checked and read. Takeoff config, we'll go ahead and check that. That's all good. Transponder is set. Down to the line complete. Hope the rudder doesn't go crazy on me on the departure again.
638, contact cruising tower, 134.550, goodbye.
134.550, CSA 638, thank you, bye.
Lufthansa 2.
Resign Tower, very good evening. CSA 638, we're on Alpha for runway 24.
CSA 638, Resign Tower, good evening, runway 24, clear for takeoff, wind 080 degrees, 6 knots after departure, contact Prague radar 127.575, take flight, bye-bye.
Clear for takeoff, runway 24, after departure, contact radar on 127.575, CSA 638. Okie dokes, we're clear for takeoff. I'll set the frequency once we line up. Okay, before takeoff, below the line. Runway 24 is confirmed. We'll get the strobe lights on now. I've obviously forgotten my taxi lights as well. I guess that's what I do. Get all my lights on now. To a full stop initially. Set the parking brake. We'll get the strobe lights to on. Nose lights are in taxi. We'll get them set to take off. We'll get the landing lights on as well. Runway turn-offs are on. We'll get the wing lights on as well. Low visibility, why not? And then we'll go ahead and set the TCAS to TARA. Alright, below the line, cabin is secure, TCAS TRR, packs are on, ignition is in normal, anti-ice is engine only. Before takeoff, checklist complete. Let's go, chat. N1 to 40% initially. Holding it on the toe brakes. Engines are stable. Release the toe brakes and take off. Thrust SRS runway. P-climb is armed. Nav is armed. 5,000 blue. Oh no, I forgot to set the radar frequency. Oh damn it, I knew I'd forget something. Yeah, the rudder still feels extremely sensitive in this. Trying not to touch it, really, but 100 knots. V1 rotates. Positive rates. Gear up. I'm just going to go for AP2 here so I can set the right frequency. Prague radar, very good evening. CSA 638 passing 3,300 for 5,000. Val 25 Alpha.
CSA 638, hello, Prague radar identified. Climb flight level 160 and proceed direct to Rapid.
Climb flight level 160 direct, Rapids, CSA 638. Alright, P thrust, P climb. Lovely stuff. Let's go direct to rapids. Insert. Nice little shortcut there. So we're above the F speed. Let's get the flaps to 15.0. Above the F speed, let's get above the S speed, let's get flaps to 0. We'll get the ground spoilers disarmed. We'll get the nose lights off and runway turn-off lights off. Lovely stuff. We're looking good, chat. Not seeing any clouds in front of us, so go ahead and turn the anti-ice off now. And there we go. Lovely job. That was much better. We'll get the gear off as well. Fantastic.
We're
above the transition altitude as well, so let's go ahead and set the altimeter to standards. I remember the gear this time, chat. Let's go. Right, there we go, chat. I'm just going to listen to the radios just for a little bit longer here, chat, just so I don't miss any messages from the controller here. Did the A310 get an update? No update for the A310 just yet. Pea soup? Yeah, it certainly is, isn't it, generic pilot? Very, very cool conditions, I have to say. Matt Moore, no worries at all. Welcome, Matt Resso.
Radar, frequency 118.375, bye-bye.
118.375 CSA 638. Flight level 100, let's get the landing lights off. And we'll get the seatbelts off as well. Praha radar, very good evening. CSA 638, passing flight level 110 for flight level 160, direct rapid.
CSA 638, hello, Praha radar identified. Climb to flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, CSA 638.
905 November Yankee, contact Warsaw radar 124.625, bye-bye.
124.625, 905 November Yankee, thanks for that.
I forget how to change this to thousands. I think, do you pull it out? Let's just make sure I don't do anything stupid here. Yeah, there we go. No. I thought that's what you did, but I really can't remember. 280. I thought you pulled it out to change it to thousands, but it doesn't seem to work for me. Anyways, 280 blue. Lovely stuff. In the video title it says TCA issue fix. What is that? Yes, it's with regards to the throttles in the A310. So if you've got a TCA, you probably know what I'm talking about. Weather radar. Oh yes, I forgot that the weather radar is supposed to work in this.
Praha radar, good evening. Lufthansa 2 passing level 110, climbing level
Let's see.
10 and 1 to level.
Oh, it is actually already on.
Lufthansa 2, Golf Yankee, hello, Prague radar identified, climb to flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Lufthansa 2 Golf Yankee.
Although it's not going to show anything above us because we've got no weather above us. Let's tilt it all the way down and see if it shows anything. No, nothing at the moment. Anyway, let's keep it tilted up because we are in a climb here. And we'll just increase the range on the ND here. Right. Okie dokes. Yeah, so the TCA issue, Jambo. So, like I say, if you've got a TCA, you'll know what I'm talking about. And basically, it was with regards to the throttle calibration. So, the fix, I can actually send you a link in the chat to how to fix it, essentially. It's just a little tweak that you need to do in your throttle INI file.
Lufthansa 2, Golf Yankee, proceed direct to Landu.
Direct Landu, Lufthansa 2 Golf Yankee.
It's super easy to do, but it basically fixes the issue with the throttles, which I'm very, very happy about, to be honest.
Monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
And I'll just pin that as well. So if you need to fix your TCA, if you've got some issues with the throttle calibration, just click on that link and follow the instructions. It's super, super simple. Alfie's enjoying the plane on Xbox, but the textures aren't the best. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they've had to tone it down a bit for the Xbox, which is interesting, because I'll be interested to see what they have to do to the 737, the PMDG, to bring it to Xbox as well. Carlos, so there we go. The solution is on that link, but I'll tell you what I'll do as well is I'll just go to my Discord and I'll just post it in there as well. The full text instructions in the Discord. So I'll post that in there in the Flight Sim chat.
Lufthansa Cargo 8443, good day, Prague radar.
Yeah, Lufthansa Cargo 8443, flight level 360.
Lufthansa Cargo 8443, you are identified.
So that's in there now.
Lufthansa Cargo 8443, proceed direct to Gapla.
Direct Gapla.
Right, how are we doing in the climb here? 280 is blue, flight level 226 at the moment. Lovely stuff. All right. We'll increase our range on the TCAS there. I've never seen someone on TCAS so far with this. Right. Any OFP profiles for the A310? Yes, there is indeed, yeah. I can get you a link to that one as well. I mean, the first thing I did when I downloaded this is I went to the iniBuilds forum to have a look at what was on there already, because they posted a ton of stuff. And I found all this stuff on there, so that's the sim brief. Continue climb at discretion, Unicom 122.8. Thank you, CSA 638. Have a good night. Alright, continue climb at discretion. So we're going up to flight level 380. Let me just push this in and see what it does. There we go. Okay. There we go. Changes in thousands if you push it in. There we go, chat. Lovely stuff. And then you can pull it out to do hundreds. That's it. That's it. Fantastic. Because obviously you don't push it in or pull it out to do the different modes on this, do you? You just use these buttons at the bottom.
290 left, heading 290.
Right, 1228 for us.
One left, heading 290.
Lufthansa 1 Echo Mike, you are cleared off.
And we're off. We're off, chats. Love to see it. All right. what else is going on in the chats? So that's a SimBrief profile speed brakes. Mugz says, I already did that change on the TCA, but it seems not working for me. I don't know why. Interesting. Well, it worked. It worked really well for me. I mean, obviously you need to reboot the sim if you make that change. And make sure you're deducting 0.05 there and not adding something to bear in mind. Obviously, you know, the figures are in the minus, so it's easy to make that mistake if you miss the minus. No liveries on Xbox. Yeah, that is super unfortunate. I'm actually quite surprised about that. I thought they might pull out some stops to get some stuff liveries on Xbox for this one. So that is a shame. No cabin on Xbox either. Yeah, that is unfortunate as well. But nevertheless, I mean, if you can get window views, I wouldn't be too disappointed. It's very rare I actually personally look around in the cabin on any aircraft, to be honest. So but it's not a deal breaker, I suppose. It's just one of those things, isn't it? We do have some nice wing flex though in this, I have noticed. Is this PC? Yes, it is indeed. It is indeed. Welcome to the channel, dude. I hope you're doing well. Flannel says, cool, your streams are all detailed and everything is perfect. I'm glad you think so. Thank you very much, dude. That's very nice of you to say. I wouldn't say everything is absolutely perfect because I tend to forget stupid things like the lighting and the chrono and all sorts of little random bits and bats, but hey-ho. I'm glad you think so. I do put a lot of effort into at least the quality on the stream, so thank you very much for that. I've heard you need to disable nose wheel in the settings before takeoff. Ah, okay, that's interesting. So you actually need to go into your sim settings and disable the nose wheel steering. Is that what? Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. It's because when you move the rudder pedals, the tiller moves as well, so it's like super sensitive. Is there a nose wheel steering disconnect button though? That's the question. Is it on this side? No, there isn't. I can't remember if there is one in here. So you would go to the tablet settings, I assume, and then turn off nose wheel steering. Is that what you would do? Hang on, if I turn this off, does the tiller still work? The tiller does still work. Okay, so I guess I had this set up wrongly. So if I have that on, it means that the nose wheel steering is controlled by the rudder pedals as well. Is that right? Maybe I just give the rudder pedals a little wiggle. Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. So I guess I had that option set wrong. To on is the wrong setting. Okay, fine, cool. Thank you very much for that, Chris. I didn't think to do that for whatever reason. I must have. I think I just assumed that option was essentially used. It was like the nose wheel steering axis option in the 737. Henrik said, I'm not sure if I answered this, but I do have an NVIDIA filter. Yes, indeed, yeah. Oi Aviation, thank you very much, dude. Thank you. Push-pull knob to change between 100 and 1,000 feet. Yep, finally got that one. I missed your message earlier on. El Bapino, welcome to the chat from France. Cheese and wine, welcome indeed, dude. Hope you're doing well. A310 is out. Yes, it should download as part of the Sim Update 11 download. And then if you're on PC, go ahead and download the enhanced package as well from the marketplace to get the cabin and things like that. But yes, I also agree with that one, Chris. I know I'm a little bit behind the chat here, but yeah. It'd be great to just type in a number, wouldn't it? It'd be so much easier. Looks like the Phoenix, really. No worries. Matt Rasso, take it easy, dude. Thanks for dropping by. Speed brakes, no worries at all, dude. No worries. There are no window views on Xbox. Oh, really? Dear, oh dear. That's a bit ouch, isn't it? Oh, great stuff. We've got another center controller online. Fantastic. All right, 124725. Oh, it looks like they adjusted the software tips, the VATSIM software tips, so that they disappear on their own now. I didn't notice that before. That's fantastic. I love it. 124725. Really wish these knobs were quicker. Even if I hold down Shift on my keyboard, it doesn't go any quicker. I'm not sure why this guy keeps pairing. Right, so we've got a center controller here. This is Langen Radar.
Air Polonia 10 Lima, descent level 270 at 2,000 feet per minute.
Descending 270, 2000 per minute, Air Polonia 10 Lima.
Langen Radar, very good evening. CSA 638, flight level 380, inbound Koduk.
CSA 638, Lang, hello, identified direct Mapox.
Direct Mapox, CSA 638. Alright, another direct, love to see it. Mapox.
280 at 2000 feet per minute.
You can't preview your directs in this, can you? Anyways, direct Mapox.
310. The 582 Lang, hello, identified direct Bombi. Direct Bombi, das ist das 582.
Lovely. These wings they look so nice. I do have to say. Oh, speed is struggling right here. Very, very. The speed it's targeting is actually below the orange bar there. So. That's rather strange. Let's go ahead and change that. So we'll go Mach 0.8 and we'll select that just to give us a bit more margin there. Okie dokes. Neil, welcome to the chat. Am I still using FSLTL? Yes, I am indeed. Yeah, we're actually just using it for model matching on VATSIM currently. Lovely. Right, so we've got a bit of time in the cruise here. Let's have a look. So. Expecting, I like how it has GMT in the MCDU here. That's how it's.
2,000 feet per minute oscillator.
That wasn't for me.
Feet per minute or greater. 2Jet147.
So it's obviously using the sim time here. The sim time is different to the real world time. But expected time 14:29. We don't have our winds in here, that's interesting.
Austrian 351, monitor Unicom, bye-bye.
Unicom for Austrian 351, bye-bye.
That was just static noise. Lufthansa 582, direct Delta Sierra 412. Direct Delta Sierra 412, Lufthansa 582.
Yeah, so 14:29 in the sim at the moment. The time is 12:47. So we've got about an hour and a half or so in the air.
Lufthansa 40 Alpha Lang, hello, identified. Climb level 350, direct tickets, Delta Kilo Bravo.
Nice little medium haul flight. This I do enjoy it.
Easy 1312, climb flight level 370.
Fantastic stuff. Love to see it.
Easy 1312, climb flight level 370.
380 is pretty high for a heavy load aircraft. I mean, we're not that heavy for a A310, I don't think.
Tweejet 147, contact Bremen on 128, decimal 75, bye-bye.
116 tons.
Jet 147, good night.
Lufthansa 1208, contact Bremen.
Max weight on this aircraft is
Und wir 875, Lufthansa 1208 dabei.
I can't actually remember what the max is on this aircraft. I'll look it up. Oh, we're actually, yeah, so we're just below max flight level here, so, and just above the optimal, so we're not too bad, I don't think. Let's see.
Langen radar, speedbot 2, Tango X-ray, level 30, direct velocity.
02 Tango X-ray, Langen, hello, identify.
Max takeoff weight in this aircraft is 153,000 tons, sorry, 153 tons. So we're quite, 40 tons below that. So not too bad. Max landing rate 124 tons. Although, that being said, that is still quite heavy regardless of the situation, isn't it? And it does have those beastie engines on this plane. It really does. It's a beauty. Indeed. I'm enjoying these new cameras as well. I brought over some of my drone camera views from my other aircraft. Yeah, despite the few complaints I had yesterday with regards to some of the texturing and things like that, I mean, honestly, I'm not really seeing it today. So, I mean, I'm not overly, yeah, I'm really enjoying the A310, to be honest. I can see us flying this quite often on the stream. There are charts for flight level and aircraft weight and speed in the manual. Ah, I see MPS Gaming. Yeah, I think
This is 206 Romeo, contact Bremen on 128.
I mean, I think these figures here, these optimal and max figures, will be based on the current weights and also cross-checked with the manual, surely. Alrighty, let's go ahead then and let's see what the weather's like at Dublin. Wind is 13, sorry, that's the time. Date 13th, time 1900 Zulu, 20 minutes ago. Quite windy, 150 at 12 knots. So we're going to have a little bit of a spicy landing potentially. Varying between 110 and 170. So we could have quite heavy crosswind conditions coming on runway 10. And a few clouds at 900 feet. Visibility is good. And then becoming light rain. So it could be an interesting arrival into Dublin. Seems like quite a classic Irish arrival, that to me. So we'll have to see anyway how it goes. What I do really need to set up though is, like I said in the last stream, is I really need to set up a camera here where we can access the eCam control panel here and also see the monitors at the same time. So let's try and do something about that. Yeah, it's quite difficult, isn't it? Because these buttons are so out of the way. Right, nevertheless, we'll do it like this. So let's check the engine page. Everything looking good there. Obviously, we've got engine parameters here as well. Hydraulic page, all looking good. I love that everything is modelled here. I think they also put in some randomness to the figures as well, so you can see here the pressure in each of the hydraulic reservoirs is slightly different. It's not all just dead on the same figure. AC electrics, Again, you can see there's a little bit of randomization here, which is cool. Everything in the green. DC electrics. All looking good. Tell you what we could do though is we could just pop this out, couldn't we? Like that. We've just had a connection error. And then we'll just go like this right here.
Seabird 907 passing flight level 1.
Bleed air page. Everything looking good here again. Love to see it.
Climb flight level 300.
Climb flight level 300, easy one. Seabird 907.
Everything looking good with the air conditioning. 23 degrees, quite nice warm temperature there in the cabin. Pressurization, absolutely fine as well. Cabin altitude is 7,500 feet. Fuel, all looking good. You have your trim tank obviously on the A310 as well to balance the CG out. So I believe this actually gets transferred from the trim tank into the other tanks as the flight progresses, which we'll keep an eye on. AP is off. Flight controls, all looking good. Door page, everything is good. Slides are armed, and the wheel page, all looking good there as well. Fantastic. Great stuff.
0907, sorry, can you repeat the altitude you wanted me to climb to?
Climb flight level 300.
What do you mean by 300? Do you mean 30,000 feet?
Yeah, flight level 300.
Right, weather radar, we can go ahead and tilt down a little bit now that we're in the cruise. We'll also go ahead and set the TCAS to below. Nice little tailwind, about 48 knots roughly speaking.
Speedbird 907, I'm sorry, so altitude of 350 for your final cruise level. Yeah, but then just climb flight level 190 and I will correct that.
Lovely job.
907, climb flight level 190.
Keep getting disconnected here.
Climb flight 190, Seabird 190.
Ace had a connection here at exactly the same time. See, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Yeah, I think it's Microsoft Flight Sim issues, isn't it? Right, so after we've spoken to this guy, there's no one. We're going back to Unicom after we spoke to Langham Radar, and then over the UK and into Dublin. No more controllers on at the moment, unfortunately, but maybe someone will come online as we crack on here.
Seabird 907, can you repeat my altitude again? Seabird 907, can you just repeat what altitude you want me to go to?
Lufthansa 582, descent level 250. Descent level 2000. Seabird 907, climb flight level 1.
Nice. Look at that PBR though, that's really, really nice. On the tail, when this disappears. Look at that there, all the scratchiness and this sort of ribbed effect on the fuselage where it gets constantly expanding and contracting, creates these little ripples. Beautiful.
Lufthansa 582, contact Langen on 125, destination Toolbar. Langen, 582, Lufthansa 582, Dank. 2Jet 949, direct Delta Sierra 412. 2Jet 949, direct Delta Sierra 412. Lufthansa 24 Charlie, direct Delta Sierra 412. Delta Sierra 412, 40.
Lovely. Yeah, contrail all the way in the background there.
73 execute flight level 37.
Block.
The 40 Alpha, contact Langen, 125, decimal 2 Boeing. 125, decimal 2, for the 40 Alpha, Langen, Alpha. Rolling 738, Lang, so identified, cleared.
Beautiful.
3 Delta, arrival, descent level 11.
All right. Have you done any tricky landings in the A310 like Madeira or Kaitak yet? Yeah, we did Madeira actually. First flight we did. That was probably a mistake. Yeah, it was a bit rough actually. A little bit rough. We ended up getting quite a nice landing rate, but the landing itself was a little bit. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't too bad. We had about, what did we have? Chat? I think it was like minus 10 feet per minute. Shut says, my SimBrief flight plan doesn't work when using the ACARS section. It constantly says pending. I've had to set up the SimBrief downloader. Interesting.
American 4955, Lang radar, hello, identified, cleared Uno.
Interesting. I think I did see someone talking about that on the iniBuilds forums actually.
Check down at 3 Delta arrival.
Let's see if I can find it for you.
110, American 4955.
Roving 738 for separation, turn right, heading 09.
Oh! Check that out. I missed that. Where did they come from?
That's a right, heading of 090.
I can't see the plane though. It must be on the other side.
Beeline 8 Hotel Sierra, contact Langen, 125, decimal 2 Boeing.
Langen 125, decimal 2, Beeline 8 Hotel Sierra, thank you, good Abend.
River 907, reach critical speed of 1.
Where's the plane that this contrail belongs to? Oh, the contrail's disappeared now.
River 190.
Was it a fighter jet?
Contact Langen, 125, decimal 2 Boeing.
Stuart 949, Lang radar, 125, decimal 2, ciao.
He's gone. I don't know.
Lufthansa 61 Papa, contact Bremen, 128, decimal 75 Boeing.
12875, Lufthansa 61 Papa, bye-bye.
Right, let's see if I can find this.
X-ray, monitor Unicom Boeing.
Unicom to speed, 2 Tango X-ray, thank you.
Roving 738, Squawk 1000, direct Erasmus.
Okay.
907, monitor Unicom Boeing.
Yeah, in a nutshell, Chris, it says that this is the forum post that I saw. Basically, it's affected. It's affected by the Microsoft Flight Sim server issues. So that's probably why you would get the pending, or maybe why you get the pending.
Radar, good evening, 4325, flight level 150. Rocket 2489, Lang radar, hello, Squawk 1000. 1000, You're roving 738, direct Erasmus.
Apparently, you can use iniManager to do the import as well, though.
Brad for you're roving 738. You're roving 738, descent at 2000 feet per minute or greater.
2000 feet per minute or greater, you're roving 738.
Easy 1312, contact Langen, 125, decimal 2 Boeing.
Right, in chat, so we're just passing over Western Germany at the moment. On our way towards the Netherlands.
Right now, 4242, hello.
I love that they fixed these notifications disappearing on their own now. Very pleased. Very pleased. But the flight's going well, Oi Aviation.
Hello, identified. Climb flight level 350.
Clem, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Welcome indeed. FCAM says, hello there. What is the ETA? FCAM, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. ETA is it's in about just over an hour, I think.
Landradar, good evening, KLM 9 at Echo Flight level 410.
I forget. where I saw this earlier. Progress, fuel prediction, 1406 in the sim, which is
Flight level 100.
just over an hour.
155.
Oh, look, there we go. We've got another aircraft on TCAS. Love to see it. Just below us. Looks like they're descending. See if we can see them. Not sure if that's them. Yeah, it could be them there, actually. Looks like they're descending down. And another aircraft there in the background. Love to see it. Very, very cool. These are the new contrails that we'll be bringing to FSLTL soon. I can't see the aircraft though. Like, I feel like I should be able to see it now, but I can't. That's so strange. It's just gone below us, but yeah, that was them. Yeah, we can't see them for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. It's the same issue with the other aircraft.
Level 320. Stop climb 4242. Yeah, via 4242, stop the climb at flight level 320.
That's very strange.
Stop climb at flight level 340. Walker 2489, identified level 150. American 4955, direct arm up.
I mean, it's V-Pilot has matched it to a model. It's a Ryanair 737.
American 4955.
How bizarre. How bizarre.
Lufthansa Cargo 8443, descent flight level 130 at 1000 feet per minute.
Doesn't show the estimated fuel on board for destination here, which is a bit strange. We can also change to minimum time taken or minimum fuel taken. So let's see if we choose minimum time. Let's see what it actually changes to.
Jumping 30 Papa, descent level 260.
Keeping the same speeds. Now it may not work because we have already gone to tact mode. So if we go minimum time, well, that was already selected. Still recalculating, I think. Oh yeah, it is increasing the speed there. Let's see what it does here. Generic Pilot says I couldn't get my SimBrief flight plan in yesterday when the online services were down. It works today. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it seems like it's affecting the SimBrief imports. Chemtrails. Oh no, not chemtrails. Oh dear. Still recalculated the time.
Contact Frankfurt arrival on 120.8. 120.8.
Is there a way, chat, to bring in the bring in the winds?
American 4955, contact Frankfurt arrival on 120.8.
Normally you would come through here on a normal Airbus, on a more modern Airbus, wouldn't you? I mean, it has got the winds in here.
Jumping 30 Papa, monitor Unicom, bye-bye.
It just doesn't have it when you go to the actual descent forecast page. Oh well, we can put that in manually in a bit. What we could also do as well is, let's just check what runway is in use currently at Dublin. arrivals. It looks like it is 10 right, in fact.
7 Echo, descent level 360.
Looks like it is 10 right.
Flying in, radar, good evening. Air Portugal 61 Hotel Foxtrot, flight level 380.
There's no shortcut to get to the bottom, is there?
Frequency, contact Langen on 125.
Like there is in the modern Airbus.
Langen on 105.2, Portugal 61 Hotel Fox.
So we'll set up our arrival as well then, which is going to be the Bagso 2 Zulu, runway 10 right.
163 lang, how identified.
Oh,
87 Lima lang, how identified. Direct Warburg, Whiskey Romeo Bravo.
okay, so SimBrief has given me Bagso 2 Zulu for runway 10 right, but that's actually not coming here.
Lang radar, good evening. Good evening, this is Lufthansa 108.
All we've got is Bagso 1 kilo.
108 lang, how identified. Climb flight level 350.
That's interesting.
Split 27 Echo, contact Bremen on 128.75, bye-bye.
128.75, have good evening, 67 Echo.
And Bagso 1 kilo is for runway 34. That is so strange. That is bizarre.
Langen 15.2 for the Euro for Charlie,
Langen Radar, wunderschönen guten Abend. Lufthansa 5 Whiskey, descending flight level 200, passing flight level 277.
It looks like some of the stars are missing.
Direct to Kerak, Kerak 3 Delta, arrival, Lufthansa 5 Hotel Whiskey.
Delta Charlie India X-ray, contact Bremen on 128.
Yeah, some of the stars are missing.
128.5, bye-bye, that's on accept.
Yeah, that's very strange. We'll just select ILS 10 right. And we'll put...
424. Correction, Ryanair 4242, climb flight level 350.
And we shall put...
Level 350, 4242.
Langen Radar, guten Abend. Die Delta Echo Papa Mike Alpha is now...
and we'll add IFBAP as a transition just to a sort of...
And Delta Echo Papa Mike Alpha, first of all, it's English or German?
Just so if we were flying the correct arrival, then that's what we would end up at. Yeah, but that's very strange. So we'll just leave it at that, I think. Although having said that, it doesn't let me insert it if you don't select a star, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't. That is so weird.
5 Hotel Whiskey, descent level 130.
Descent is flight level 130, Lufthansa 5 Hotel Whiskey.
Strange, guys. I'm not sure what the crack is there. I mean, I can't test this with another aircraft to see whether it's an issue with the nav data or whether it's an issue with this aircraft currently, but I suppose I could test that later. Alright, well, I guess we choose the 1 kilo then, seeing as though, I mean...
Lufthansa 455, contact Bremen on 128.
That is the closest.
Lufthansa 455, say again, please. Contact Bremen on 128.75, bye-bye.
I mean, the only similarity is that it starts at Bagso. There's nothing else that's similar. So I guess maybe what we'd do is we'll insert it just so we've got the everything in there with regards to the ILS. And then what we'll do is we'll see if we can build it manually. Whoa, my lord, what in the world just happened? What just happened there, chat? I just got span up top for no reason. I didn't press anything. Anyway, let's see if we can build this manually then. So if BAP 10 right, that's the go around there. Gannett, Rakar, if BAP. Baxter 1 kilo.
Flex 670 lang, hello identified. Climb flight level 300.
See, it's not even got the star in right for Bagso 1 kilo. It's just got Bagso in there. And then direct to IFBAP. So the correct approach would be to go from Bagso to Ekren.
Rainer 4242, contact Langen on 125.2.
Baxo to Ekren.
Contact Langen radar on 1.
And then Elbon.
Decimal 2, Rainer 4242, bye bye.
And then Asda.
Lufthansa 5 Hotel Whiskey, contact.
Then Akiva.
Frankfurt arrival on 120.8.
120.8, 5 Hotel Whiskey, thanks, DFG.
And then IFBAP, which is already in there. Bizarre. Right, we'll clear out the disco. And then we'll just stick the restrictions in here as required. So Bagso has a maximum flight level of 100. This speed limit is correct. And then the next restriction is at Asda, which is flight level 80, max 220 knots. And then Akiva is the same. So we won't change that, we don't need to. And then if BAP at or above 4,000, which is already in there, that's fine. Lovely. Okay, so that's all that sorted. Great stuff. Now whilst we're here, we might as well just stick in the ILS frequency 108.9. Oops. And then the inbound course 097. You know, I'm wondering here if this aircraft is built a little bit better for the new interaction model. You get these horrible blue glow. Yeah, the knobs are much quicker with the new interaction model. You get that horrible blue highlights. Absolutely gross. Can you turn that off yet? No, you can't. Can you drag the knobs though? No, you can't. Fair enough. Okay. Has it recalculated the time yet? No, it hasn't. Right. Okay. So that's that set. Lovely job. Right. Okie doke then, chat. So I think what I'm going to do is... Oh, hello. Just because we're still getting used to this aircraft, I'm going to go IFBAP. I'm going to put a altitude restriction of 4,000 here. That's just going to give us a little bit of extra leeway to slow down, because this aircraft is quite slippery. It's quite a slippery aircraft. It's quite hard to slow it down in the descent especially, so let's do that. Altitude at Dublin is going to be 243 feet, so we'll set 250.
128.75 Airline 5 Go. Thank you for the service. Bye bye.
Lufthansa 108, you back?
Is that going to change the pressurization situation in the cabin at all, just out of interest? No, not at all. Oh, actually. No, not really.
FedEx 670, climb flight level 380.
Right. What do I mean by TC? Oh, look at this now. Look at this now. Beautiful. Going out over the coast. Just off the coast of, well, this is the Netherlands here, isn't it, below us? We must have crossed quite close to Schiphol momentarily ago. Somewhere behind us. Let's see if we can see it. There it is. It's down here. We've got Schiphol Airport. Lovely store. I think the livery is incorrect for this aircraft. I'm sure on the photos that I've seen, the back part of the engine is actually not painted. It's actually, well, it's painted white, not red. Numa, welcome to the chat. What do I mean by TCA issues fixed? I'm surprised I've not been passed on from this controller yet, unless I've missed it.
EG1863, contact Langen on 125.
We're well outside his control zone. Maybe I missed it.
125.2.
Let's just go to 1228. Right. Okay then, chat. So, TCA issues fixed. Yeah, so we had some issues on Friday when this launched with the throttle calibration. We have actually fixed that now by basically editing the config file. You can see that in the pinned comment. If you go to that link, it'll explain how you can do it, if that's a problem that's affecting you. But I know when we were in the chat on Friday, there was quite a few people having that issue, so I thought I'd just stick it in the title there for people in case they want to come in and see the solution if they've not already found it. Missed the answer. How many meters of cable? Yeah, so I need to do a post about this actually to announce who guessed closest. And the meters of cable, I'll have to just remind myself here. It was 91 meters. 91 meters of cable. And the person who guessed closest was Steve Ayer with, I think he guessed 95.3, something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it was Steve Ayer on Facebook who won. Have I tried the Spruce Goose yet? I have not, no. I've not actually tried any of the other aircraft in this update at all yet. Be able to see the coastline of the UK coming into sight fairly soon. Centre tank feeding there on the Ecam memo. Yep, you can see the trim tank is now getting transferred into the center tank there. Lovely stuff. Already used over 5 tons of fuel on this flight. Absolutely burning through it with these older style engines. But yeah, no Spruce Goose yet. Chris, have you tried it? Is it any good? I know that's an iniBuilds as well, wasn't it? Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, I do enjoy this style of aircraft though. Very, very enjoyable. Yeah, very pleased to see this in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Very pleased indeed. I would love to see a freighter version of the I would love to see the A300 as well. Obviously quite a popular freight aircraft still. Seeing that coast, very hard to go back to X-Plane. Yeah, I agree. It is very, very good. So I'm sure I saw in the manual chat that there was some procedures for failures in this aircraft. Do we actually have failures? I don't think we do we? I don't think we do. Oh, you're about to shut, sir. Let us know how it is. Let us know how it is. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying gliders, to be quite honest. I think that's the next thing that I'm most excited about, to be honest, in this aircraft. It's not in this aircraft, in this update. Departing from Windermere. What's departing from Windermere? The F1 or the... No, it can't be the F1, can it? That's at Donington. You're departing from Windermere. What airport is that in Windermere? Oh, you're actually on the lake, even. Have they added some water ports now? MPS Gaming says, is the A310 classed as heavy aircraft? It is indeed, yeah. Yeah, it is. Although if you're on VATSIM, you don't actually need to say heavy in the call sign. It's just a... that's outside of Europe. I think they more often use the heavy call sign. 339 miles to go to Dublin. Still not updated that arrival time. Let's see if we can see it in here. 14:09, so it's not really knocked that much off by going to max time or minimum time, sorry. Still an hour to go. All right, well, I think that about makes it about time. Oh, there's an aircraft behind us. Lovely. See the contrail behind us? Oh, the sound of the engines doesn't get quieter when you go further away. That's interesting. Oh, there's some weirdness going on with the sound here in the drone camera. Right then, guys, I'm going to take a quick 5 minutes then, and I'll be back with you momentarily. Still no ATC online over the UK. Amy, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome indeed. Hope you're doing well. I am just going to take 5 minutes, like I say, and I will be back with you guys. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright then, chat. We're back. Amy, I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, how are you doing? Welcome nevertheless. Don't think I've seen you in the chat before. The aircraft cruising off to our left there. Very nice indeed. So who else has flown the A310 so far? How are you enjoying it? Do you need any assistance with anything at all with regards to it? I mean, I'm not an expert, but definitely know my way around it. I know it's quite a bit different to a lot of the aircraft that we've seen in Microsoft Flight Simulator so far. 2 aircraft going across there. Big long contrail. Holy crap, that is a long one. And behind us as well. Still can't see the model though for whatever reason. Oh no, that's part of my contrail, isn't it? Look at that. That is a long contrail. Holy mother. I wonder, did they do something with regards to the colour in the sim since this update? Because I feel like it looks far more saturated than what it used to do. Maybe we can deal with that. Okay, that's a little bit better, isn't it? Also looking very contrasty, if I do say so myself. That's better, isn't it? There's good graphics on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It certainly is indeed. Yeah, I do enjoy it. Very nice. Time for tea and sandwich. Is that tea and a sandwich? Very good. Enjoy. Enjoy. I've got myself a German sweet. I can't remember the name of it though. It's full of marzipan though. It's quite nice. Aircraft is oscillating a little bit, isn't it? It's bumping up and down. Well, we are in that realm where we could expect moderate turbulence. Oh no, we're actually above that, to be fair. Time, good question, says, what's the most difficult and scary part of starting VATSIM for you? Yeah, so I don't know really. I don't think it was at all particularly scary. I just think, yeah, it was just a little bit nerve-wracking, a little bit... yeah, just a little bit nerve-wracking, I suppose. Because obviously it's just you're doing something completely new. At least it was to me when I first started it. So I think it was, to be honest, it was just getting the clearance part of it, because obviously getting a clearance is right at the start of your flight, and if you muck that up, then it just kind of knocks your confidence for the rest of the flight, really. But I suppose that was it, really. But I did do a beginner's sort of flight first on a different network to get acclimatized, if you like, a little bit. And I also flew on IVAO for quite a while before I started using VATSIM. IVAO, they do take it seriously, but I feel like they're a little bit more relaxed than VATSIM. And it's a little bit less busy than VATSIM, although not by much. So that helps as well. But obviously getting used to things and making sure you've got a notepad, writing everything down, Super, super helpful. It takes away a lot of the nerves from doing it. All right, here we go, chat. Over the UK we go. Clouds looking very good. Shivendra says, hi Bobby, do you think the electric pumps should be on before engine starts? There is no auto position for them, and I think that we would need it for a backup to the accumulator. Wow, we really are swaying up and down now, holy. Should be on before engine starts. Well, obviously you would turn the APU on, which is going to give some power. Let's have a look. So, talking about the electric hydraulic pumps, I assume. Now, I'm not sure on this aircraft. Oh, this is the electric pump here. Right. I wouldn't say so, no. I wouldn't say so. Because these are going to be powered... I assume they're powered when you... I mean, I don't know the full electrical diagram of the A310 off the top of my head. I do have the FCOM to hand, which I could have a look at. Let's see. Well, I don't know. I mean, in the modern Airbuses, the electric pumps don't have an auto mode either, do they? But as long as you've got electrical power to the aircraft, you can always turn the electric pumps on at any time, really, can't you? So if you feel like your accumulator pressure is going to run down, then you can always come up here and turn them on, I suppose. I'm not sure if the electric pump even feeds the accumulator. I mean, I assume it probably would do, although I don't know. Let's check in the FCOM actually. Let's do that real quick. So. Okay, so Shivendra, funnily enough, I actually had the brakes page open in the FCOM last time I was looking at it. And there is actually this button right here, the parking brake accumulator pressure push button. And this will activate a self-regulating electric pump, which will basically charge the brake accumulator. So this button right here is available to press at any time if you feel like the accumulator is going to run low. So maybe we'll test that when we get on the ground, potentially. That's something to bear in mind. But let's find... I'm going to find the hydraulic page. In fact, I'll bring up this page so you guys can see it first of all. So bringing up the fuzz pad. You can see we've got the parking brake accumulator press push button. And... basically, it will charge the brake accumulator. I'm not sure by what means, but it just says self-regulating electric pump. So, let's see if we can find the hydraulics section. This is for the A300, obviously, but it's it's more or less the same as the A310, isn't it? 112 is the hydraulic system. Okay, here we go. Oh, god damn it. Okay, there's a lot of reading to be done here. Here's a diagram. We'll just quickly skip forwards to what we were looking at before, which is here. Parking brake accumulator pressure push button. Controls electric pump in the yellow system to operate it for recharging of the brake accumulators to 3000 psi. There you go. The yellow system hand pump cannot be used for recharging the brake accumulators. Okay, interesting. Indicates accumulator pressure of the 2 brake accumulators in the yellow system available for alternate off on parking brakes. Pressure indication is 1000 psi. This pressure parking brake is maintained by the accumulator for approximately 12 hours. So there you go. So it appears as if the brakes, the accumulator and the brakes are actually supplied by the yellow system. So even turning on the green electric hydraulics is not going to actually net you any gains for the accumulator. So let's have a look. Green system is normal braking, auto brake and anti-skid. And then the yellow system, we've got alternate brake and parking brake. So there you go. Yeah, so there you go. Hopefully that answers your question, Shivendra. Yes, you've obviously got the electric pumps. They're only from the green system, you see. So that's... Unless you wanted to turn the PTU on as well. So turn on the green electric pumps and then the PTU. And that's going to pressurize the yellow system. I suppose you could do that as well. But you also have this push button, which seems to activate a an independent electric pump just specifically for the brake accumulator. So there we go. There we go. NPS Gaming says, I hope we get a auto throttle fix for the PMDG 737. I wasn't aware there was an issue with that, to be honest with you. I was unaware of that, but I haven't flown the 737 since the latest update. Lots of low-hanging fog here over the UK. Amy, yes, we are indeed over the UK. MPS Game says, I fly most of the time in Sweden, less stressful than VATSIM, but I still get nervous problems for me. Many controllers' speech is too fast for me, so I have to tell them to speak slower and repeat. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, to be fair. MPS Gaming, nothing wrong with asking them to repeat. If they speak too fast, you know, that's on them, really. They should be speaking at a speed that is quite easily heard by the pilots. Obviously, that's better for everyone, isn't it? So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I used to have to do that all the time, but and I still do. And you know, I mean, it does help to kind of know what they're going to say. So the more you fly on VATSIM, the more you'll get to being able to sort of anticipate what's going to be said to you. So it does sometimes make it easier to understand what they're saying if they do speak very quick. But that comes with time. And I mean, I suppose you can work that out in a lot of cases, what they're going to say to you. Oh, a little rainbow down there. Lovely. Right, chats. So, we didn't do the after takeoff climb at checklist because, I mean, I'm not used to doing that, but we'll bring this up to the approach just so we're ready for it when we get round to it. Look at this, though. This is quite something. The aircraft off in the distance there. These clouds? Yes, they are. I thought it was a contrail for a minute there. Oh, beautiful rainbow. This is fog, isn't it? It looks like water almost. Any news when FSLTL will update their VMR for the A310? Well, we don't currently have an A310 model, you see. Reason being is that there's so little in real-world operation, and obviously, you know, FSLTL is primarily built for AI traffic, which is obviously using the traffic injector, which pulls live data from Flight Radar 24, and obviously, because there's not many A310s flying in the real world, you know, we haven't done a model for that yet. So no word on that as of yet, but there has been some people asking about it because obviously a lot of people are using it on VATSIM now, which would be great to see, but there's no sort of no fixed date for that yet. And no promise that it will happen really anytime in the near future. No worries at all, Shivendra. I'm hoping that answered your question. Does it not use the one in the sim? No. So FSLTL is using models that are, you know, totally separate. We can't actually use the one that's in the sim. We're not allowed to. It's not. Yeah, you're just not allowed to really. It's against the terms of service or something. Regards Microsoft. Same reason we can't use PMDG's model for the 737 and other, you know, etc. etc. Right, 30 miles to go to top of descent. What we'll do in preparation for that is we'll set our altitude down to 10,000 here, and we're going to arm. Oh, bollocks! Oh, huh. I was going to arm profile descent, but it seems like it's started descending straight away anyway. Fair enough. Although I may have pressed that a bit early, actually. Let's just set this to like 360. We'll set it to 370. Just so we can level off a bit earlier here. Yeah, I don't think I was supposed to click that. I think the profile descent actually arms itself when you get close to the top of descent there. If I remember correctly. Let's just level off again and see what it does. So P-Alt. We're leveling off. I'm going to just turn the music down now. It's not giving us another top of descent, unfortunately. I think I may have skewed it there because, well. But it's okay, it's okay. We'll see what happens. We've got the VDEV anyway, so we know when we can we know when we need to start descending. Not that we particularly need it anyway, but there we go. Yeah, it's not going to give us a top of descent, but I think the actual procedure is to actually just wind the altitude selector down. And once you get within, I think it's about 4 to 10 miles, something like that, of your actual top of descent, what it will do is it will arm profile descent in blue on its own, and then it will start profile descent once you actually... Oops. Once you actually hit the top of descent there. So, there we go. Let's continue on down anyway.
Traffic 357 kilos for hold here at Juliet 1, ready for departure.
Are you passing over Manchester currently? Oh yeah, we've just passed over Manchester. We've got Liverpool off to our left. Somewhere down there. Is that it there? Maybe. Can't quite tell. Anyways, we're off down. Right, we can't do a landing calculation in the EFB yet, but we can go ahead. We'll go ahead and set low auto brake for the arrival, just because why not? That's what we're going to go with. We've set our landing elevation. Everything's looking good there. Oh, Christ. So we're currently descending at 1,000 feet per minute. I assume it's going to do that until we intercept the vertical profile, which is fine with me. That's okay. And what we'll also do, we will do our arrival briefing in just a moment. Robson, welcome to the chat, dude. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you in the A310. What do you think about it so far? Yeah, really like it. I think it's great. Yeah, been really looking forward to this since they released it, and I'm pretty sure it delivers on most levels that I anticipated for iniBuilds. I will admit there are a few areas that I thought iniBuilds might go the extra mile, but they don't appear to have. But nevertheless, it's still a fantastic addition to the sim. Really good, and they've nailed so many aspects. It's really hard to complain, and it's free. So there we go. Can you explain the profile button? Is it just VNav? Essentially, yeah. Yeah, it's essentially VNav. So you can see here on the PFD we've got profile speed and profile des, which is basically meaning it's using the the MCDU calculated speeds, or the FMS calculated speeds. Or should I say FMGS in the Airbus, and the descent profile for the descent. So you can see here we're in Econ at the moment, and it's basically taking the speed from here. So that's it. Yeah, essentially it's like a managed descent, managed climb in the modern Airbus. Thank you very much for modding there, Chris. Appreciate that. Yeah, same feelings about the A310. Great addition, even ignoring that it's free. Managed to only once hang it up when entering approach for Kaitak. Didn't like it at all. Oh dear, what part of the approach did it not like? I know that approach, well, one of the approaches there into Kaitak has, what is it, it's like an ILS, but it's not actually on the airport, isn't it? I can't remember the name for it, actually, but... Yes. Right, chat, I think what we might do as well is, because this plane can be quite sluggish and lumbering and quite hard to slow down, is I think what we're going to try and do is we'll do a flaps 2020 landing, which is basically flap 3. So we'll do that for the landing, just to see what it feels like. And we're going to do 2020 here, so we'll select that. That's going to give us a VAP of 145 knots. Now, there is an MDA section in the approach page here. Now, to my knowledge, chat, I'm pretty sure this is not actually used for normal operations, even for an ILS. I think what the MDA is used for is in a case of when you're flying an RNAV approach and you need to calculate a descent angle, I believe is what it's for. Let's just see if I stick that in there. Yeah, so you see you get this final approach appear there. So yeah, it's basically for the final, similar to the final app mode, I believe, when you're doing an RNAV approach in the modern Airbuses. So that's what that, I believe, is used for, and I can't delete it now, never mind. So 145 is the VAP for us with this stuff. 95 miles to go. We've intercepted the profile there. Lovely stuff. Okie dokes. Love to see it. Coming over the, I think this is the Irish Sea now. Still got the wing lights on. I did not realise that. We can probably turn those off now. Be interested to see if we see anything on the weather radar on the way down, because we do have some clouds below us, but not to say they necessarily contain any precipitation. Right, so approach briefing whilst we're on our way down then. Quite high up still, so let's just take care of this. So, we are coming into Dublin, Ireland. This is a 10-2 Alpha 1 chart. We're going to be flying an RNAV Star into Dublin. Echo India Delta Whiskey. Airport elevation 243 feet, which we've already set as the landing elevation. This is an RNAV SID, so we're basically just going to skip past this little bit regarding that. ATC may request specific speeds. That's not going to be relevant for us. As you can see, we don't have any controllers on at the moment. So, this is a RNAV arrival for runway 10 right. And it's the Bagso 2 Zulu. Now, this wasn't in the MCDU, so we actually put this in manually. So we'll have to make sure we monitor the aircraft and ensure that that it's flying what we asked it to do. So, the Bagso, we need to be below flight level 100. We're then going to go inbound Ekron, and then Elbon, then down to Asda, where we have a constraint of 220 knots and a required altitude of flight level 80. And then required altitude continues as well as the speed restriction out to Akiva. And then we're going to take a left turn into IFBAP, which is a minimum altitude of 4,000 feet. This is our transition to the ILS. And then coming here, this is the ILS for runway 10 right, Dublin, Ireland. This is 10-2 charts. Localizer frequency 108.9, which we've already tuned. Inbound course 09 to 7 degrees. And the final approach fix is Gannet, 3,000 feet. And airport elevation 243, runway elevation 242. MSA highest in the south, 4,000 feet. And 2,400 to the north of the airfield. Well, everywhere but the south, basically. As the ILS itself, like I say, we're going to come in from IFBAP here, 220 knots, flying into Raqqa. From IFBAP, what we'll do is we'll probably start configuring there, just to get a little bit ahead of the aircraft. Obviously, we're still a little bit new to it, and we'll just give ourselves a little bit of extra time there before we descend on down the ILS. So from IFBAP, what we'll do is we'll start a slow descent and try and slow the aircraft down as we come down to 3,000 feet here at Raqqa. 220 knots is maximum speed there. In fact, we can't go down to 3,000 feet until after Raqqa as well. So that's the minimum altitude at Raqqa. So IFBAP, we'll make sure we're at 220 knots. I think what I'll do there is we'll probably go to green dot speed, which might be a little bit slower than 220 knots. If I can just check here. Green dot speed is 219, so same difference. And then after Raqqa, we'll go inbound to the final approach course of 09 to 7 degrees. We'll descend on down to 3,000 feet in towards Gannet. Like I say, we'll extend flaps 1 before we get to Raqqa, and then descend down to 3,000 feet to intercept the ILS at Gannet. Glide slope is 3 degrees. Oops, pressed the wrong button there. 3 degrees is glide slope, and we've got high intensity airport lighting system. We've got PAPIs on both sides, and then Cat 1 ILS minimums is 442, or 200 is the decision height, which is what we're going to put in the decision height window. If we need to go around, it's climb straight ahead to Delta Whiskey 031, max 200 knots, and then turn right to Umowi at or above 4,000 feet. So our go-around altitude is 4,000 feet. And that's that for the go-around. We did go around the other day, so we do need to be prepared for that. And then once we get in, runway 10 right, we're coming in at. So what we'll do is we'll probably, if we don't make Sierra 2 here or Sierra 1 is, we'll continue on right to the end of the runway here. And we'll come off via... we could probably turn left actually onto runway 34, which is probably the smart thing to do. And then go Alpha Link 2 and then onto the South Apron, which I believe is where Czech Airlines and a heavy aircraft like this would park. So we'll come down there and then come into one of these parking stands. I'm not sure which. Maybe we'll go for 401, I think. Let's go for 401. Obviously, I can't check what stand they use in the real world because I don't have that information, as this is a historic flight. So that's a briefing. Hopefully it should all go smoothly. We've got to just monitor the aircraft on this arrival here and just make sure everything is being executed as we wanted it to. We can see we've got Bagso there, 10,000 or below on the ND. So let's see how we do. Can't quite see the coastline yet, but we're going to actually obviously fly past the airport and then round to over the north side and then in for 10 right. Approach IGS, that's it. Instrument guidance system 13 is non-existent in nav data. Oh, that's unfortunate. And when entering SIDS, whole aircraft systems froze. Oh, that's painful. Yeah, that is strange. I mean, we did have a bit of a strange one today, and I mean, it's probably a sim-wide issue, not necessarily to do with this aircraft, but there was a bunch of SIDS missing for Dublin, which is rather odd. Okay, so the transition altitude here at Dublin. Now, bear with me 1 second. We just want to check the weather once again, don't we? Okay, so we've got, this is half an hour ago. 18 knots of wind. So pretty hefty winds, actually. From 150. So we're going to have a little bit of a crosswind component. A few clouds at 900 feet, scattered 1,400. Temperature is 14 degrees and the dew point is 12, QNH 1008. So I'm going to just set on the... actually, no, these are all linked together, aren't they? So I'm not going to set that just yet. We seem to be doing good on the descent, I think. Let's see how. Sasha, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. How set this plane up? What do you mean in terms of how do you set it up? Do you mean how do you set it up from cold and dark? How do you install it to the sim? What are you referring to there, my friends? Chris, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good to see you. Are we there yet? We are actually nearly there, yeah. As you can see, destination is here on the map. Oh, we've got some weather showing up as well. Very good. Right. I just wanted to double check as well. I know I didn't check earlier on if the go-around is actually in here correctly. So Delta Whiskey 031 and Umowi is in there correctly. We've got a speed restriction at Delta Whiskey 031 or 200 knots as well. That's correct. And the same at Umowi, 200 plus, well, 4,000 is required. So that's fine. All looking good. Fantastic stuff. Right, so we're going to do flaps 2020, we said. Let's see how it goes. Quinton, welcome to the chat. How is the AI traffic update with FSLTL? Do you see improvements on airports? To be honest, I've not actually run the injector since the update. I've only been on the sim twice in really the last week or so because I've been moving house, so I've not really had time to test it to a great deal yet. But in our sort of chat, our tester chat, yeah, there's definitely some strange things going on with the AI traffic now. With the injector. Let's keep coming down. We'll set at flight level 80. Flight level 80 Baloo. Transition altitude is 5,000 at Dublin, so we'll call the transition level 6,000 for today because we don't have any controllers online. We're going through 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn the landing lights on. We'll get the nose lights on as well. And yeah, all the nose lights. Lovely. Coming down to 250 knots on the speed. Oops, I think I've just turned something off. There we go. So just making sure one of my switches is working there properly in SPAD.next. Right. Okay, we're at 10,000. So we're just below 10,000. That's fine. So we made the speed constraint, sorry, the altitude constraint there. We've got required altitude of 8,000 at ASDA. So to be honest, we can probably slow the rate of descent down. There's no real need to go down any faster than this, but we are only doing 1,000 feet per minute. So I mean, let's just cruise it. No problems. After ASDA, we'll continue on down to 4,000 feet. And we'll do a Unicom announcement. Dublin traffic, CSA 638, we're inbound on the Bagso to Zulu for runway 10 right. Currently inbound Ekron, levelling at 8. Flight level 80, Dublin traffic. Oh baby, look at that weather. Now, I'm not sure, this weather radar does not quite look like the one in X-Plane. The one in X-Plane shows with much less detail. I don't know if this is an A310 thing or what, but that looks very detailed, doesn't it? I'm not sure if it's like super... Oh, it's showing that over there. Because there was talk about this just being like a 2D top-down view and it wasn't exactly accurate. Let's see what happens if we turn the tilt up, see if it changes. No, it doesn't seem to do anything. Let's see, let's just do this. Yeah, changing the tilt doesn't appear to have any effect on the weather radar. Unless we need to wait for it to I suppose we need to wait for it to rescan, don't we? Let's just go like that. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have any effects. Oh well, never mind. Can't have it all, can we? We'll get the seatbelt signs on now as well. So good through that. visor, doesn't it? Epic. Right, let me just check the speeds here again. 245 is VFE next speed for flaps 15.0. Okie dokes, good to know. And then 210 for 15.15. Right, here we go then, chats. Chris has had an issue where it just stops taxiing, wheel spinning, but not moving anywhere. It's doing and solve. Oh, that is strange. That sounds like it could be. Did you use GSX by any chance there? It might be something related to that. I know I've had that before with GSX. If there's no ATC, just set the altitude for the initial approach fix and let the plane follow all the way down. That way you can set your QNH way earlier. Yeah, I suppose you could do that, yeah. Yeah, I suppose you could do that. Yeah, sometimes I will do that. Sometimes I prefer to pretend that ATC is at least talking to me. It's sort of what I'm doing here, I guess. Quinton, no worries at all, dude. I'm glad that was helpful to you. All right, chat. So I think we can probably set our altitude selector to 4,000. I don't think the aircraft should descend any further because we have an altitude constraint here at ASDA. You can see we've got PDES in blue arms, which is fine. So yeah, let's go ahead and set our altimeters to the local altimeter setting, which is 1008. So quite a large amount different to what we had in Prague. And we're actually below the altitude constraint now. Never mind. The aircraft's actually doing a little bit of a climb here, actually, by the looks of things. I don't know, it's just turbulence. Not sure what it's doing. See, there's an aircraft below us descending. Looks like they're on approach, actually. Let's see if we can see them. Nope, cannot. Nice views, though, coming into Dublin. Very nice indeed. Right, engines are coming back now in preparation as we're about to pass through ASDA. And we're going to start that descent. And slow down to 220 knots. There we go, PDES. Alright, approach checklist. Signs are set, briefing is confirmed, ECAM status is checked. Altimeters are set both sides. Minimums are set, not on both sides though. Ignition is off and landing elevation is set. Approach set is complete. Okay, so Akiva did have an altitude constraint of flight level 80, but it's not actually complied to that. I'm pretty sure we did put that in. Okay, maybe we missed that one, I'm not sure. It won't let me see the vertical revision page now, but it does say flight level 72. So yeah, not sure whether I missed that one or not. Actually, yeah, I did, didn't I? I left that one off because ASTA had the constraint. That was silly of me. It's only going to carry the speed constraint forward, not the altitude constraint, isn't it? Yeah, that's silly of me. Oopsie daisies. Never mind. Let's just assume we're cleared down a little bit earlier. And that's fine with me. Right, we'll get the ILSs on now. 14.2 miles to go. Love this. Look at that through the visor. That is so cool, isn't it? Is the weather radar working? Yes, it does appear to be working. Indeed, Mariner, yeah. Now then, let's see. What's the temperature at here? Oh, lost my mouse. 5 degrees. Oh, 13 degrees is the TATS. I mean, we are coming into some heavy weather here, so let's just put the engine anti-ice on just to be sure. Which gate did we choose? We chose 401, I think, didn't we? Oh, there it was. 8401. Lovely. Is it going to ask me if I want to follow me? I'm not sure if it does at this stage or not. I've not used that when I've been in the air this much. Right. Anyway, I need to kind of focus up a little bit here because we're about to turn on to final. Let's get these guys gone. Okay, dokes. Pass through IFBAP as we said. We're going to slow down. We're 220 knots currently, so we'll go to flaps 15.0. So speed is checked. Flaps 15.0. Okie dokes, lovely stuff. Let's come down on the speed a bit further. Oh, no, I did not mean to turn auto thrust off. Right. So, let's now go... 4,000 feet is fine. We'll come down to 3,000 now. We'll go level change. 200... let's come down a bit further on the speed. Let's come to the S speed. I was going to add a bit of wind correction in because we've got a bit of wind here. I'm not sure on the exact calculation here. 5 might be okay. Although we did have, what was it, 18 knots of wind? So maybe we add in 10 knots of wind correction. I can't remember the formula, to be quite honest with you, but we've got 148 is to be at. That seems sensible. Right. We're on final now. Let's go Vorlock. And the glide slope's actually coming down, so we'll go land. Glide slope, Lockstar, Cat 2. And we'll go flaps to 15, speed is checked.
Golden traffic, Golf Alpha Lima Bravo is west of Bro Meadows Bridge. Gonna be joining a left base for 16 Dublin traffic.
Dublin traffic, CSA 638, we're on the ILS for runway 10 right, 10 miles to go. Right, okie dokie, we are doing good. Glide slope and localizer captured. Let's come down on the speeds now to our final approach speeds, which is going to be 148. Right, let's go to flaps 2020. Speed is checked. That's our final flap setting. Did I flip the 2020 switch below the flap lever? I did indeed. Well, it's above, but yeah. Right, looking good. Currently we do have a crosswind. Runway is not in sight. Let's go landing checklist. Landing gear is not down yet. We're still 2,500 feet above the ground. Let's just keep the landing gear up for now. Drop it just as we get a bit closer to 2,000 feet above ground level. I've definitely got configured a little bit early there. I got a little bit... I suppose I got a little bit ahead of myself there, maybe. Get some flood lighting on as well. I think there is a glare shield light as well. Yeah, I don't really want to be... Is that it? No. Anyway, I don't really want to be fussing with that at this stage. 2,000 feet, gear down. Let's start a replay, chats.
Traffic Oslo, Alpha Lima, Bravo, short final one.
Look at the lighting inside. That is nice, isn't it? Okie dokie, 4.9 miles to go. Runway is in sight. Oh, great. Of course I go offline. Let's see. Does the cabin lighting dim for the landings? Doesn't look like it, but I suppose it's not really night time in the sim, is it? All right, chats. Let's do this thing. Landing checklist we have not completed. So landing checklist, landing gear is down, auto brake low, anti-skid is checked. Slats and flaps, 2020 spoilers are not armed, but they are now. Landing checklist complete. Let's land this sucker. We do have a bit of a crosswind here though, so it's going to be interesting, chats. Oh, can't disconnect. This is a pretty wild crosswind here. We've got 10 knots from the right. Oh, we need to get on that center line. Following the flight directors at the moment. Oh my days, the gusts, too much gusts. 400 feet is checked. Oh my Christ. Strap in, guys. Visual looking actually pretty good now, I think. We're down. D-cell spoilers. Oh, baby, that wind. It's wanting to weathercock so hard. Okay. Lovely. We're down. That was spicy. That was difficult, chat. That was difficult. We were to the right of centre line there, though, I think. I'm not sure. I don't think we were too bad. Right, manual brakes. Right, we'll get the spoilers disarmed. Get the flaps up. Get the anti-ice off. APU master can come on. TCAS can come off. Weather radar can come off. That felt good though. I mean, that did feel nice. I can't lie. I mean, it did feel nice to land. I completely forgot about to put reverse thrust in immediately because I was so preoccupied with trying to get back on that center line, and I can even feel the aircraft wanting to go into the wind right now. Although, hang on, maybe that was my rudder pedals. I don't know. Anyways, oh, we've even got brake temps high even now. Right. So we're going to stand 401. I suppose we don't need a follow me, do we? Cool beans. Landing lights can come off. That was not bad. That was not bad. Landing rate predictions in the chats. Hello? Got a little bit stuck there for some reason. Right, we'll get the brake fans on as well. Okay, after landing checklist, slats and flaps retracted. Transponder is in transponder. Weather radar is off. Spoilers are disarmed. APU is started after landing checklist complete. I'm not sure if my seating position is too low in this aircraft or not. I can never tell. Or is it just the fact that the glare shield is so goddamn big? Right, so we'll get the strobes off as well, and the nose light can go to taxi. So 401, just down here then.
Double traffic off Alpha Lima Bravo is repowering around a bit where we'll be leaving.
We'll get the landing runway turn off lights off as well. Nice considering the conditions. Yeah, I don't think it was too bad considering the conditions. It was very, very gusty indeed. I think this is our stand right here. You can see the stairs. Although I'm not sure. Oh, it's here, 401. This is where the marshal has come in. No VDGS, surprisingly. Alright, we'll get the taxi lights off now. Oh, wrong button. Oh, started turning in a bit early there. Let's get a little bit further on. Cheat too much. Come on, we must be on the line there. Come on now. There we are. Is that saying slow down? We're only going 1 knot. Ah, camera, please. There we go.
Traffic Golf Golf.
There we go.
Bravo leaving the zone at Palmerston roundabout.
Parking brake sets. Lovely job. Okie dokes. APU is online. Let the APU bleed. And we'll turn off the engines. Please. I'm at the wrong parking position. Are you having a laugh? Why was there a marshaller here then? We're not even on the crossbar as well. We definitely stopped at the right time. Nice and straight though, I will say. Really? Anyways. Let's get the fuel pumps off. Probe heat off, window heat off now. Lovely job. Okie dokes. We can turn the beacon light off as well. Lovely. Okay. Parking checklist. APU bleed is on. Engines are off. Differential pressure is 0. Should have done that before request deboarding really. Lights and signs are as required. Fuel pumps are off. Window probe heat is off. Parking brake and chocks. Parking brake is in. Lovely stuff. APU fuel, low pressure fuel tank pumps on non. Okay, so that's fine. We can go ahead and speak to the ground.
Traffic Golf Golf.
Get the GPU connected. I'll just use the GPU instead. Save a bit of fuel and noise. And the seatbelt signs can come off. Deboarding has been requested, but it's not happening. Hello? Huh. Interesting. I don't know what's occurring there, chats. Nevertheless, we don't need to worry too much about that, I don't think. Let's have a look at the landing report. Had a few predictions. Well, one prediction actually. Chris is the only one who was concerned about spilling his G&T. Right, let's have a look then, chat, shall we? Sound going weird for anyone else? It seems okay in there now. We had some weirdness with the sound in the cruise with the drone camera, but other than that, it was it seemed to be okay. Jack says, is there somewhere I can see your in-game settings? Are you talking about the graphics settings? Because you can see those by typing !graphics in the chats. Operate jetway. GSX usually calls the jetway automatically when you request deboarding. We'll try it, see what happens. Anyways, chats, let's have a look at our landing reports, and I'm pleased to say it does actually look a lot nicer than what it felt like potentially for the passengers, and I think this is pretty good for a crosswind landing in a big beast like this. So let's have a look. Okie dokes, so there we go. We got 366 feet per minute, which is not too bad. 142 knots on the speed, which again is a little bit slower than actually no, our VAP speed was 148, wasn't it? So that's not too bad actually, considering that was the landing speed, not the approach speed. G-force 1.05 G, so not bad at all really. And yeah, looking at here, we had centerline deviation left 8.69 feet, and we were bang on the aiming point as well there. So that is pretty much, that's what you want from a crosswind landing, isn't it really? A little bit firmer, positive landing, and then, you know, not mucking about and floating down the runway because of the, obviously, the crosswind conditions. And bang on the center line. So yeah, pretty happy with that actually. Well, very happy with that, I will say. Alright, we do have a replay to watch. So let's actually go ahead. And we're just going to go ready for takeoff like this. Mariner says, have you tried the DC-3 yet? No, I haven't. No, this is the only aircraft I tried in the update, to be quite honest. Right, let's have a look at this replay then, chat, shall we? Right, let's see. Do I need to do the flaps, or does it know what I was on? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. So we'll have to do that ourselves. Fine. No worries. I think this is going to be an interesting camera angle to watch this landing from, I think. All that fog. Beautiful. Let's speed it up a bit, shall we? I can see I was quite a bit off centerline there, but I did quite well, if you guys noticed, at following the glide slope. Did quite well at that. Even if I did go a little bit low right at the end, but I still had one white. And then down. Left main touch first for a little bit there. The wind was from the right. Should have put a bit of right aileron in. And yeah, centerline tracking after on the rollout was probably not the greatest. It did feel a lot better on the rudder, I will say, though, since turning off that nose wheel steering option. Engines just seem to be at the same level regardless. Gotta love the water effects though on the ground. Oh, the speed. So much speed. Alright, let's see this from the outside. Let's make it a bit brighter. Oh, we can't really. Let's go. Look at that. That looks great, doesn't it, chat? Baby. That's some screenshot material right there. I'm going to have to do a bit of this. Got the lights there. Reflecting. Oh, has it stopped raining now? Oh, god damn it. Of course it has. Beautiful. Enjoyed that. Right, one more. One more. Let's just set up the camera maybe right about here, I think. And then we'll rewind this guy. That windsock go though at the bottom of the frame. That crab. Big crab angle. Oh, come on now. Oh, I just realized I'm still on VATSIM, aren't I? Oh, God. Right then, chats. That was enjoyable, wasn't it? Right. Okie dokes then. Right, chats. I hope you guys have enjoyed. That's going to be it from me for today. So thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you guys have enjoyed today. If you have, please do leave a like on the way out. I would really appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Yeah, great stuff. Really enjoying the A310, and yeah, it just feels really nice to fly. I can't lie. I do enjoy it. Great job by iniBuilds. So once again, guys, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now.
Faked our deaths, lit a match, closed the door, waited for the flash. Greyhound station, paid in cash. It's Lazarus, we're coming back. They say it's darkest before the dawn. We've been in this town for far too long. They say it's darkest before the dawn. We're moving on, we're moving on, we're moving on. Sunset, no regret. First chance, last man, stuck in the where we stand. One suitcase and half a plan. Follow the wolves and sing along. Pass the voices to the song.